be Shawn, Laura, Emily, Jessica, and Darlene. Top 5, moving on. So now we'll move into the next round. After this round, we will bump it down to 2 or 3, depending on how much time we have left, and then they will go head-to-head for the winner. And you get all the applesauce after that, I suppose, if you want to go to the store and get some applesauce. So we will begin with Shawn. No more heavy metal Kama Sutra.
No. I'll play some range here. This is called Mermaids. The suit across the table has teeth so white they probably glow in the dark. The table is plastic, gray, buffed shiny with the oil of other people's hands. The obsolete printer hums and clicks off and on in the business center next door. Another anonymous hotel conference room. Another negotiation over numbers. This is where these guys act big, strut around, puff out their chests, get in my space. So I'm not surprised when he rises to his pointy Italian slip-ons, circumnavigates the table, and picks something off my jacket. Holding, I hope your wife has red hair, he leers, holding it up, examining it. Long with a gentle curl, conditioner, commercial lustrous, the color of Ronald McDonald's wig. I see his leer, and I raise him a wicked grin. That's not my wife's, I say, casually, without hesitation, daring him to ask me more about my jacket follicles and their sordid backstories. What I don't say is that I bathe with mermaids. 3 of them, to be precise. The pretty one has a fin that goes on for days. She's light and light in the water, but also intimidating, cold. The sweet one has eyes from an ancient tragedy, dimples, and a playful way of floating around on her back. The sweet one's little sister is pudgy, and her stubby fin has sprung a leak, making her swim in labor inept. All 3 of them are toy store gingers called Ariel. And I have long since given up on exiling them back to the kids' bathroom. They always come back anyway with the bath time tide. Also, it occurred to me that someday my daughters will only visit occasionally, and I will be here, no synthetic hair on my jacket, mermaid bereft.
I am well acquainted with the bathtub Ariel. We have 2 that migrate between our bathrooms. Excellent. So, Laura, you're up next.
Keep the nerves flowing.
Called Christus. When I was small, the ramp felt like forever. Walking and walking, counting the stars, gazing at the planets, and walking. When I got there and the music was playing and the sisters were talking, all I could see were your feet. Shockingly big and white with perfect toenails and scars from holes. My heart got big and my throat felt small, and I wondered if you'd mind if, like Nephite children that you held and blessed, could I reach out my hand and touch you? Then there was that day years later when I somehow got wrapped up with a Jewish tour group, one moody Mormon teenager mixing in with more teenagers who kept asking questions like, why is there a Star of David on your temple? And why do you call it a tabernacle? And what does it all mean? And all I could think to say was, because we believe just like you, but in Jesus too. So we went in the tabernacle. The sisters sang As I Have Loved You, and the Jews sang in Hebrew, and my heart burned, and I cried, and their tour stopped outside the visitor center. They didn't go in, but I did. I hurried up the ramp and gazed out the window, counting the kids as they left. I looked at your hands, stretched out still, like an embrace, waiting to be filled, and I hoped that if you might remember that we believed in you and them too. The last time I was there, I didn't even come up. I'd been there before, I knew what it was. Besides, my friends and I just needed a place to get warm and wait. I think I told jokes and laughed too loud, like I didn't know where I was or who you were, but I remembered where you were. You were up the ramp at the top, waiting just like you do, scarred feet firm and arms stretched open. Your words and music filling the space below and beckoning to me. But I didn't go up. I was afraid I might find reproach in your eyes and regret in your hands and your side. I hadn't come in for you, and I knew it, and I figured you did too. I want to come back with my children in tow. I want to sit on button benches with light warm behind me and watch them walk up to your feet. I want to see them look up and reach towards your hands. I want to see the look in your eyes, because then I'll be with them, with you, and it will feel all new, and I'll remember what it is that
you. Thank you, Laura. Next up, Emily Adams.
As I can still taste it. I don't remember the time of nameless animals. The lions have been lions too long for even Adam to think of them as anything else. Neither can my feet recall the luxury of thornless, silt-soft ground. The children often ask me to describe the face of the serpent man who came to tempt me. But the details of his jawline, eye color, and skin tone have all rubbed free of my mind, scrubbed away by the 1,000 faces I've seen since. Others beg for word-painted pictures of the ominous tree, but I could only say I can't remember seeing anything like it before or since. Each arboretum seems to lack a certain half-remembered color. I don't remember much of Eden. The children have to prompt me in the particulars of my own story. My garden has long since and mercifully faded into a myth of soft-gummed carnivores and self-watered wheat. All the details, all the colors, and sharp edges are gone. But the fruit, I can still taste it.
Thank you, Emily. Now, and next up, Jessica Dixon.
This is called Time Bomb, and I wrote it during a pretty intense feeding crisis. If I have the darting eyes and sweaty palms of a suicide bomber, it's because I carry around a crudely wrapped package made of my own device. You see, my beliefs are a bundled dichotomy, wrapped up in brown paper hypocrisy tied neatly with a string of doublethink. I am a ticking time bomb. That's what happens when you let a culture, a religion, and a life experience all play surgeon with your chemistry set. I have the veins of an electric highway, crisscrossing wires pushing blood to the old ticker. Every day I'm pumped full with more combustible contradictions, and the clock is running down. In Sunday school, I lost 30 seconds when Love Thy Neighbor sounded a lot like Save Thy Neighbor. I lost 25 seconds when being Christ-like looked a lot like being a pompous, prejudiced ass. 12 seconds when I read that research about religion making us happier, more hopeful. 15 seconds when I saw an atheist use his own moral compass. 8 seconds every time I realize a part of me won't make it out of this alive. I've never been good at making decisions, especially when the outcome is destruction. There's no SWAT team for a faith crisis, no matter how protective they think the word is. Do I keep the red charge or the white charge? The reds of the world or the whites of religion? Snip the white wire of religion and watch everyone I love get hurt in the blowback. They'll be picking up the remnants of their confidence in me for years, constantly piecing together what they could have done differently. I'll be freer but burdened with survivor's guilt, occasionally getting grasps of the present to make up for shaming the past. I won't look the same. No one will look the same. Snip the red wire of the world and watch me implode. I'll look the same, but will be a shell of who I want to be, always subconsciously trying to regain my individuality. Everyone will look the same, especially since I blew away all my nerve to disagree. I won't feel the same. I already don't feel the same. 5. Oh, I feel sick. 4. There's no SWAT team for a faith crisis. 3. No SWAT team. 2. What should I do? 1. What should I...
Stay tuned to see what happens. She's still here, so it must not have blown up too much. And last for this round, Darlene. She's already on her way up.
A girl, 15. Better to be wanted than to want. By boys, by girls. The sweet hum of a dress that clings where it should. Better if someone's watching. The crossed legs of waiting, dangling sandals. Being hunted or not, chosen, picked like a lock or a scab. Getting breasts as if I'd won a race. Carrying a telephone, daring myself not to. Sitting in the front yard, my oiled legs in front of me like wares on a cloth. Perky underpants, chilly courting dance, remonstrance. Entering a room with scanning eyes, pulling straight my hems. I've envied boys, the never stopping to take a breath on the brink of a room like a pool, the easiness in clothes, the breezy way they move down a street, the calm when a car slows near them. No panties and pails, no checking their nails. At what point does a girl learn to look over her shoulder? Watch how she glances down to check her waist. There's no rest. She ends each statement with a lilt, a walking question mark. Even girls who push apologize along the way. Pardon me for living, always misgiving, must make a splash, but don't dibble the water. The point of being a girl, a coin to preening. The tender gristle of trying ladylike, unfurl.
All right, now we come back to the difficult job of judging. So, thank you. Let's give another round of applause. And we're going to go with the judges, so stay tuned.